Marcel Locquin was a French linguist and biologist who proposed unconventional hypotheses regarding prehistoric languages. His work centered on the idea that early human languages had a universal, primal origin and evolved in structured, patterned ways. Key aspects of Locquin's hypothesis. 1. A single proto-language, your language. Locquin suggested that all human languages originate from a single, ancient proto-language that predates known linguistic families, such as Indo-European or Afroasiatic. He believed that early humans communicated through simple, structured vocal sounds that gradually diversified into modern languages. 2. Language evolution and sound symbolism. Unlike traditional linguistic models emphasizing gradual evolution through random changes, Locquin argued that prehistoric languages followed natural, almost biological laws of transformation. He proposed that early languages were built on sound symbolism, where certain sounds naturally corresponded to specific meanings. 3. Influence of cave art and symbolism. Locquin linked the development of prehistoric languages to early cave art, suggesting that visual symbols in ancient paintings, such as those in Lascaux or Chauvet, might represent early forms of writing or proto-language elements. He theorized that early humans communicated both visually and orally, with spoken words gradually replacing pictorial representations. 4. Connection to neurology and cognition. He suggested that early language formation was deeply connected to human brain development, particularly in how early humans processed sound, memory, and meaning. This hypothesis aligns with broader theories about the gestural origins of language, where early communication may have involved both hand signals and vocalizations. Criticism and alternative views. Locquin's hypothesis remains outside mainstream linguistics and lacks strong empirical evidence. Most linguists argue that language evolution was influenced by migration, social structures, and environmental factors rather than a single universal proto-language. His ideas share similarities with monogenesis, the idea that all languages descend from a single ancestral tongue, but are not widely accepted due to the difficulty of reconstructing prehistoric speech. Comparison to other linguistic theories. Traditional linguistic research supports the existence of proto-languages, like Proto-Indo-European, but no universally accepted proof of a single your language exists. His ideas align somewhat with Joseph Greenberg's linguistic universals but remain more speculative. Theories like the Nostratic hypothesis or proto-world language theory share similarities, but are based on more structured linguistic evidence. Locquin's hypothesis on sound symbolism. Locquin proposed that early human languages developed based on natural correspondences between sounds and meanings rather than purely arbitrary linguistic evolution. He believed that certain vowels and consonants inherently carried meaning, much like how onomatopoeia works in modern languages. Examples of sound symbolism. The S sound, associated with movement and fluidity. The hissing S sound is found in words related to movement, smoothness, or flow. Examples in modern languages. Snake, hissing movement. Slip, slide, smooth, flowing motion. Stream, sea, fluid water movement. Locquin suggested this is not coincidental but a deep-rooted sound symbolic pattern from prehistoric times. The M sound, linked to motherhood and nourishment. Found in mama, mada, mère, mother across various languages. Reflects an ancient neurological preference for soft, nasal sounds linked to early bonding and nourishment. The K sound, linked to hardness and impact. Examples: cut, crack, kick, clack hard, shipe, or abrupt actions. In many languages, the K sound is used in words describing strong physical forces. The L sound, associated with softness and lightness. Examples: lull, light, love, leaf often related to gentleness, smoothness, or fluidity. The use of L in words for light and movement might originate from an intuitive connection between the sound and its meaning. Locquin's hypothesis on the emergence of vowels and consonants. 1. Vowels emerged first, linked to emotional expression. Locquin hypothesized that early humans began with pure vowel sounds tied to basic emotions and exclamations, e.g., I, for surprise, O, for realization, ee, for fear. These sounds were likely universal human reactions, forming the first steps toward structured speech. 2. Consonants came later, linked to object interaction. As early humans interacted with the physical world, they needed more precise sounds to represent objects and actions. Consonants like S, K, and M emerged when humans started associating specific sounds with movements, objects, or textures. Example: the S sound imitating the wind, rustling leaves, or a snake's movement. 3. Combination of vowels and consonants led to meaningful speech. Over time, vowels and consonants combined into proto-words carrying both emotional and concrete meanings. Examples: Mao associated with the mother, a source of care and food. Sap possibly associated with flowing things, water, wind. Locquin's perspective on sacred phonemes. 1. AL/EL as representations of the sacred and transcendence. Locquin suggested that AL and EL were among the earliest sacred phonemes, symbolizing the divine, the celestial, or transcendence. Examples: EL, ancient Semitic root for God, Elohim, El Shaddai. AL, found in Arabic, Allah, Sanskrit, Allah in some spiritual contexts. Olympus, Olympos in Greek, sacred mountain of the gods. Altar, alpha linked to divinity and beginnings. Comparison to modern linguistics. Mainstream linguistics attributes these similarities to historical linguistic diffusion, whereas Locquin argued for an underlying universal phonetic symbolism. 2. S as a sound of structure and organization. Locquin associated the S sound with structure, order, and organization. Examples: science, system, structure, syntax, sequence, scheme of organized thought. State, society, sovereign, senate, social structures. Sacred, sanctuary, sacrament, rituals, and divine order. Serpent, spiral, symmetry, patterns in nature and ancient symbolism. Comparison to modern linguistics. Phonosemantics, the study of how sounds correlate with meaning, supports some of these ideas. However, mainstream linguists do not claim a universal law tying S to structure. Patterns may have developed culturally over time. Final thoughts. Locquin's hypothesis suggests that prehistoric languages were deeply rooted in natural sound associations, rather than purely arbitrary developments. While his ideas are not widely accepted in mainstream linguistics, they offer an interesting perspective on how sound, cognition, and environment may have influenced early human speech.